Check this out. This is gonna be a fun little lapidary project here. My buddy Luke had this chunk of raw amethyst and milky white quartz vein. Looks similar to this here. And he went ahead and he looked like he cut all sides but one. So I offered to polish it up for him using my Makita wet diamond polisher. We're going to use 8 different steps, starting with the 50. Then we have the 100 grit, 200 grit, 400, 800, 15, 3000, ending with the 6000 grit diamond pad. Let's see just how glossy and shiny and cool we can make this look. I'm curious to see what kind of patterns come out once we get that high glossy shine to that. So let's go ahead and get started on this little lapidary project for Luke. So we can make this a little showpiece here. Depending on how good it looks, depending on what I do with this guy here, it's gonna be amazing. Wow. Let's get started. So that's the end of step 1. Step 1 takes the longest because you're doing all the shaping, getting all the rough edges off. Really wears down. This was a new pad when I started. The Velcro's on. Look how thin that is now in comparison to this 100. This is a new pad too. Look how thick that is. So this one will still have a lot of material left when I'm done with it, because the heavy grinding and removal of material is gone. Now we're just going to kind of go through the remainder of the 7 steps, going from the scratches that are in there. Each step is a finer scratch till you get to the micro scratches, to where you get to you can't even see the scratches anymore with a jeweler's loupe or under magnification. And that's how you get your crystal clear, glossy shine. So that's what we're going to attempt today. One thing you have to be aware of when you're using one of these that are adjustable. Right now I'm on the 1.5 thousand RPMs. You don't want to go too many RPMs when you're polishing and grinding away on something like this, because you can get the friction heat. No matter how much you turn the water up, you're still going to build up that friction heat when you get up to the, like, I would say maximum 2500 RPMs with something like this. You get up too many higher RPMs, just get that friction heat going, and the water just can't cool it down enough, and you get those cracks, real fine micro cracks, and then little pieces start to pop out while you're trying to get that final shine. And then you got to take it back several steps and start breaking it down again. So try to keep the RPMs down to a workable speed, so you bring out that shine instead of causing some damage. So let's continue with the 100 grit. That is it for the second step. Now it's time for step 3, the 200 grit. So far you can see some patterns coming out. The purple is coming out a little bit more. Just wait till we get to the last step, the 6000 grit. This piece is going to be amazing. Oh man, can't wait. Let's get back on it. Step 3. Now we're getting ready to put on the 800 grit soft diamond pad. And because the 800 grit is more of a starting the polishing phase, and less of the grinding phase. I'm gonna bump up the RPMs to 2,000 RPMs, and when I get to the 3,000 grit, which is step 7, I'm gonna go ahead and bump it up to about 2,300 RPMs, and I'll finish the last 2 steps with that, and turning up the water more to give it a little more cool down, since we're turning up the speed of the pad. So that's what we got so far. We just finished with step 4, jumping on to step 5, the 800 grit diamond pad on the amethyst and milky white quartz vein chunk. It's gonna turn out amazing. Man, check that out. Let's get started on step 5. That is it. That's all she wrote for the purple gold project. Now the real test and how good of a job I did is if she looks wet. If she looks wet when she's dry. Let's take her to the sun and check her out. Again, this is a chunk of raw amethyst and milky white quartz vein from an area my buddy Luke was rockhounding out at the Kingston Range. I told him I'd polish it up for him so we have a cool little display piece. Check that out. Wow. Those patterns come out spectacular. Nice deep purple in there. Wow. Hope you like it, Luke. I think it's amazing. Again, this piece once looked like this, just a chunk of raw amethyst and milky white quartz vein. My buddy Luke took home, cut it into a rectangular shape. I went ahead and polished it out for him. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, like, comment. If not, just keep coming back, watch these amazing videos. Check that out. Oh my God, I just love this raw look of this. Let's take it to the sun. One last look at that amazing piece of raw amethyst. That is so cool, man. Sweet. Hope you enjoy, Luke. Hope you enjoyed the show, guys. Rock on.